a snapshot for unit 1 and unit 2 where you already have these controllers. That means there will be never a requirement to add a new drop. But if there is any requirement to create a sample drop for testing purpose, you know how to create a new drop. But this activity will be required by you, specifically by C&I engineers and technicians, to create new points, to add a module, link the hardware, and assign the channels. So give me a go ahead if you are comfortable enough to create a point and link the hardware of that point. I need a confirmation from each and every individual. This is really very important.
Is everyone comfortable with adding a point and assign it to the hardware? Link it to the hardware? Any questions regarding on this? Yeah, are you comfortable with this process? Good?
Everything is good, I think.
Okay. Please go ahead, sir. They are comfortable.
Okay. So if somebody asks you with the wiring list for your site, let me open the wiring list for you. We also call it as an IO list. Now, as you have configured one single point, if I give you this IO list, can you assign this point? Let me give you an example. If somebody gives you a direction that I want to add this point, so are you comfortable to create this particular point where this will be your point name and this point name will be configured as an analog input AI module in controller 1 at 113 channel number 8. Give me a go ahead if you can assign this point from the IO list.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Team, are you comfortable enough if someone asks you this requirement that assign this point or create this point? Can you create this point name as a AI at 113 channel number 8? The same procedure needs to be repeated.
Yeah, please zoom in a little bit.
This is my point name.
Yeah.
11
Do you want them to create this one now?
No, I just need a confirmation from their side. The procedure will remain the same, this one. They need to create this point name, assign the hardware, add the module. So I'm just asking them whether they would be comfortable enough. Just replace LT21 with this point name. That's it. It is an AI and it will go to 113 channel number 8. So can participant do this activity as well?
Comfortable?
Okay.
Yes, they are comfortable.
Okay. In that case, there is a small exercise for you, which needs to be done after today's session as a homework. Guys already have this IO list with you, right? This IO list is already available in our WhatsApp group. I want you to take any 4 points from this IO list. Every participant who is sitting on controller number 21, controller number 22, and controller number 24 will pick 4 points from this complete IO list, which is around 116 pages. Out of all these these entire points, take any 4 points. And these points will be
112 is okay.
and these points
100, 200, 300, 400. Like this.
Sir, do you want them to randomly pick up any point or there is a specific range?
No, I want them that these 3 participants who is working on drop 21, 22 and 24 randomly pick any 4 points, but these 4 points should be of different mode. For example, one should be AI here in this Excel, one should be AI. The same way one should be AO like this, one should be an AO, one should be DI, point number 3 should be DI, and point number 4 should be DO. So this way you have to divide your 4 points from
Okay.
this available list. The same way what you have did over here is you need to do it for your project points. Take any 4 point AI, AO, DI, DO and assign the hardware of these points as per the address which is mentioned in front of them over here. If you don't have any module, insert a new module, make a module point, and I would be checking this activity tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Okay, so that's an exercise for you just to again provide you the grip with point creation, module creation, linking the hardware of the module point and assigning the channel of the analog digital points.
So that's a homework for today. So tomorrow morning he will be checking the 4 points, right? AI, AO, and DIDO. You just select whatever you want from the IO list. We send to the WhatsApp group, any of them. But the data tab should be prepare for tomorrow morning. You have to finish one tomorrow morning. Is started. Homework.
So, after we finish, we go.
Okay, sir, they are clear with the homework now.
Okay.
After we finish that, we
So
go
with
home.
this note, I am proceeding forward, right? So once we are done with this activity, as you know, for every module point or every module that you have inserted, you are creating a module point. For every drop that you added, you created a drop point over here. The same way in our system, whenever we provide any power supply, for that case, we need to build node points as well. So that's the purpose of a node point. See over here, that's the naming convention of a node point. So you guys need to create a node point as well, where the node point will be DXXX, where DXXX is your drop number and PX is your PCI number. So what we need to do is, in order to create this node point, the process will remain the same. See how I am creating that drop point for drop 11. Expand your drop. My drop is drop 11. Go to the points tab. Go to the node points. Right click and insert. Give the point name over here. Say the point name will be followed in this convention. DXXXPX. Using this, I need to create a node point for my device, and my device number is 0 over here. So see, right click, insert T. The point name would be D011P0 for device number 0 over here. This is how you need to provide a node number or a point name, which is known as node point. Give the name based on the convention. Press finish. Maximize the window. Go to the security tab. Give the administrator rights and link the hardware as well. Just like the module point, from the drop down you need to link the hardware as well. Since this node point is D011P0, so I am selecting device number 0 over here and press OK. So I got my new node point for my drop. That is my node point. Same way for this IO device 0, where I have created a node point, there will be a separate node point for my remote Ovation as well. If I am using any remote node and any other module like this, For this remote ovation, a new node point will be created. Right click, insert new. A node point for a remote will be modified with this point name. PXXX, PXNX, where NX is your node number. Just like what you did for the module point. The same way you will be taking the node point as well. So for this particular remote node, I will be creating a node point. Right click, insert new. Give the point name over here. D011 P4N1, because I am creating for device number 4, node number 1. For every node, there will be a node point. So D011 P4N1 will be the node point for drop 11. Press finish. Maximize the window. Go to the security tab. Give the administrator rights. Go to the hardware and link the hardware of this node point as well. From the drop down, I am creating this node point for this node 4.1. Press OK, and this way I got another node point. Once I created a node point, then again I will repeat what I told you yesterday. I need to add a new control task as well. A new control task. The existing control tasks are over here, and if you need to add a new task, initially say I'm using drop 23. Please see this activity. This will be again your homework for today. Expand your drop 23. Go to control tasks, and you can see only 2 tasks. So same way, these 2 tasks will be available for all the controllers 21, 22 and 24, since these are newly added controllers. If you need to add a new control task, within the controller level, there is a configuration heading. Expand the configuration. Open the, go to the control header, and at this particular point, there is a provision to add a new control task. So right click, insert new. Select the task number that you need to enter over here. Say I want to add task number 3, since 2 are already added. Finish and OK. Now you can see task number 3 is created. So this way, we need to add all remaining 3 control tasks. As we know, maximum 5 control tasks can be added. 2 are already there. When we create a new controller, we need to add next 3 control tasks as well. So moving forward, the next activity says create a node point for device 0 and assign the hardware. And the node point you already know. Same way, you have to create a node point for device number 4 using the point naming convention as DXXX, PX and X. The next activity for you is add control task number 3, 4 and 5 in your controller. This can be done by navigating to your drops, then configuration, then controller, then control task. Any doubts up to this point? Any concerns?
Just we don't understand in the node point why he had node point from IO device.
There is one question, why do you add the node point from the IO device?
A node point is used to see the status of the starting node. Just like you make drop point to see the status of controller in graphics, you make module point to see the status of the IO module in graphics. The same way you need to create a node point to see the status of the starting node from which IO branches start. At that starting node, we get the power supply status. So that's why we need to build a node point as well. And normally the power supply for the local Ovation starts from IO device 0, because this device 0 gives me these three interface. For Q line, there is a separate power supply. So a new node point will be there for Q line. For remote, there is a separate power supply. So a separate node for remote. That's why I had made two node points. One for the local Ovation T0 and one for the remote Ovation for node 1.
The first node point he added it from IO device, not from the node. What?
The first node point?
Yeah, the first node point. He added from IO device, not from node point. Like in the door. What? Understand?
He said you added the first node point, which is not the remote one, from the IO device, but not from the node point. Why is that?
I added my node point. For the remote, I use this one. Let me show you this particular position. That remote Ovation node 1. That's why I used this particular point. D011, P4 and 1. Right? This is clear? D011, P4 and 1.
Yes, that's for the remote. No.
For the local, we already know there are two interfaces. One is the local Ovation cabinet and one is the extended Ovation cabinet. Both of this structure are originated from the same port, which is port J1. The initial port, there may be some separate power supplies, not a problem. But the initial starting node is on the controller body port J1, and that's why we need to create a single node point. Since that node point is common for 1 and 2, so rather than giving the node point as 1 or 2, we gave it 0 just to tell you that this 0 contains 1 and 2. That's it. It is a naming convention. We normally give node point like this. You can provide any other name as well, but this is a point naming convention, and this naming convention takes into account first two interfaces.
That's a convention, right?
Yes, this is a simple point naming convention.
Okay, Anand. Yeah, okay, thanks.
Okay. So what I did next is I created a node point for device 0, created a node point for device 4, added 3 new control tasks, task 3, 4 and 5. Once this activity is complete, now I would be proceeding further for the implementation of a control sheet. These control sheet needs to be implemented at this control task area, which I told you yesterday as well. Expand your control sheets, go to this particular header, and here there is a provision to implement control sheet. Tomorrow morning, I would be taking this control logic implementation, but today I would be covering some of the other right click functions as well. Yesterday I told you regarding open, delete and search function. Let me take some other options as well. Right click on your draw, click on open. This was discussed yesterday regarding the configuration window.
I cannot hear what he said.
Yes, all of us now, I ask them, they don't understand the node point. So can he please from the beginning, having the node point from the beginning?
Sir, all the students have one question. They don't understand about the node point. Could you please explain again?
Okay.
From the very beginning.
See over here. You did this activity, right? In this activity, you created a new controller at step number 2.
Please listen first. I have no choice. This is the voice. This is the maximum voice. So please be quiet and listen. Very careful.
Dan,
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, is my voice audible?
Yeah.
Okay. So as I was saying, in the step number 2, you created a new controller. Since you added a new controller in your hierarchy, so every time you will not go to the control cabinet to see the real-time status of this controller. So you need to create a specific point. That point can be used in the Ovation graphics or screen display, and operator and engineers can see the real-time status of this controller within the graphics. Is it right?
So there were 2 pictures I sent to the WhatsApp group showing the status. You have the LED green and red. Is that the node point?
Yes. The image that you send us for the power supply, we use node points over there to see the power supply status. Let me just explain to other guys as well.
Okay.
Just give me a confirmation. You created a new controller over here, and to see the status of this controller, you created a draw point, and this point will be used to show you the controller status in the graphics. Give me a yes if this is clear.
Yes.
Okay. The same way you created or added a new module in your Ovation hierarchy in step number 7. Over here, 1.5.7, you added an AI module. Same way 2.3.8, you added a module. After adding the module, nobody will go to the control cabinet to open the cabinet and see whether the module is working fine or not. So it's always better to create a point for that particular module, and that point can be used in the graphics to see the status of that module. So for that purpose, you create a module point. Give me a yes if this concept is clear regarding module point.
Yes.
Yes.
The same way, if you want to see the status of your power supply.
No. For me, yes, but for others,
Not yes for all of them. If you feel not yes, just tell me immediately. Okay. Okay. Keep synchronized with. Yeah. Please. For the module, please say again.
Okay. For drop, is it okay?
okay.
Drop is okay.
Okay. The same way, for the module, the card that you have entered over here, let me show you an image which was sent by you guys only in our WhatsApp group. See, that was the image that was sent in our WhatsApp group. Can you see this module?
Yes.
This module has 4 LEDs at the top. This one. So every time nobody will go to the cabinet to see the status whether it is power is okay, communication is okay, no external error, no internal error. This way nobody will go to the module every time. The same way nobody will go to the controller to see these LEDs. LEDs ask for the physical inspection. But if I want to see this indication of this controller within the graphics also, for that purpose, for this controller status, we have a drop point. The same way for this module status, we have a module point. The module point gives us the status of this card into our Ovation graphics. This is the purpose of the module point. Give me a yes if module point is clear.
Yes or no? Drop point for monitoring the controller status on the screen.
هسه نفس الشيء راح اسوي للموديل، انا راح اعرف بدل ما تروح تفتح كابل تشوف هذا الفورم يشتغل ولا لا، راح يقنن.
So once again, drop.
اوكي؟ هو هسه راح تكمله بالعرض. انت ما اذا سويت هاي الدروب بوينت اللي هو الكنترولر بوينت ولا سويت الموديل بوينت ها؟ واذا سويت النود بوينت بعد ماكو داعي تروح تباوع على هاي يشتغل بالضوء احمر ستيتس مالته. هي راح تظهر عند النود بوينت يجي يا ستيتس بالضبط. مثلا الباور سبلاي مالته الباور قابل او مشتغل. اذا مشتغل افضل. اذا في فولد انترنال فولد اكسترنال فولد يعني اي مشكله تظهر فيه. التسميه مالته ما لها علاقه بالنودات اللي نعرفها 1 2 3 4. التسميه مال النود بوينت. النود هم بالروم راح عندك يا نود دود واحد دود. اوكي؟ كمشكلة هسه تاخذها ببساطة على الدروب، دروب هذا الدروب وفي دروب مال فوت، انت ما تروح تشيك اذا سويت دروب بوينت هو كان راح تعرف. اوكي.
We go ahead. Okay. Yeah, we are clear with the drop point and module point. Please go ahead.
Okay. The same way, when you are clear with the drop point and module point, there is a Ovation power supply as well. Like this. This is Ovation power supply, right? This
Yes.
power supply goes into this PDM module, and that's a P9 port. This one.
Yeah, P9. Yeah.
From this P9 port, a prefabricated cable with the 7 cores will travel and will go at this point. And will go at this point.
Okay.
So this cable is coming from the P9 on the rear side. This is known as a starting node. And for this node, I am creating a node point to show me the status of the power supply which is coming from over here. Like this. So that controller board port J1 is a dedicated node, and it gives you the power supply status, whether this power supply, this one and this one is okay or not. How? You will make a graphics like this. See, you also gave me this image, this graphic which gives you the power supply display. And in this you can see the LEDs, drop 1 and 51 along with primary and main and auxiliary supplies as well. You will be configuring node point behind this graphic display to give you the status which power supply is working fine or not. So it is for this reason that we create the node point to see the power supply status in the graphics. Is it clear?
Is that clear? Is that clear for everyone?
But
Just for power supply monitoring.
yes,
On the
power
screen.
supply,
Yeah.
power supply. We have 2 papers for each node, main and auxiliary. And now we create just 1 point in the node.
We have main and auxiliary, so how we create only one node point, how it's monitoring both status?
This node point is a single point but have lot of bits associated with it. Every bit denotes you different value. It is a group point and contains around 15 bits, out of which the 7 bits are usable, where one bit gives you the primary main status, another bit gives you the primary aux status, third bit gives you the secondary main status, fourth bit gives you the secondary aux status, this way.
So that is defined by the Ovation engineering, right?
No, a node point is a special type of point, and when you create a node point, automatically it is created in such a manner that its bits are fixed and the respective bits give you the LED information. Nothing needs to be configured additionally. Just you need to create a new point. That's it. Everything is done.
Okay. Is that clear? What about the P10 and P11?
If that P10 and P11 are going to another ROPs, you know ROP, the branch extender. So can be seen with the help of a node point, single node point. This way. For controller 1 and extended cabinet 1. This is my controller 1 and 51 control cabinet, and this is the extended cabinet of controller 1. We are having two different power supplies. For both these purposes, a single node point is used. Only the node point will change when you are having a remote Ovation or a queue line, another interface. For one interface, only one node point.
So the extension, as we check on the site, extension panel is just beside the control panel, and as the naming here is 1/51 and 1-2. So it both starts with the 1. So it's an extended by the controller 1.
No. Yesterday we saw how the control cabinet was placed, right? There was a drawing. Let me show you that drawing as well. The drawing is also available like this. Side, when you'll be opening the control cabinet, first you'll be seeing this particular view, this type of view. This we call it as a control cabinet. This one. This control cabinet always is known as a front view. On the back side of this, you mount your power supplies, and we call it as a rear view.
Yes.
If you have another set of branches as well, this is front view, this is rear view. This both assemblies are a single cabinet itself. This assembly of rear is mounted on the back side of this plane. Apart from this, there will be another compartment towards the right or the left. That is known as extension cabinet. It is the same cabinet only, front view and rear view. Both of these are known as control cabinet only.
Yeah, actually both are control cabinet, but only the name is different. One is called control, one is called extension.
No, you are getting confused once again. This is the front view and rear view of the same cabinet. So this cabinet is known as control cabinet only. Extension cabinet is different. Extension cabinet is that cabinet which have another set of branches, may or may not have an additional power supply. When I name this cabinet as control cabinet, how can I provide it another name as well? So this is a single cabinet, front view and from the back. So this will be known as a control cabinet only. Apart from this, there will be another drawing for control extension cabinet as well. You have not sent me those drawings. So there will be a drawing for extension cabinet as well. And within that extension cabinet, you'll be having another power supply. And this is for this purpose. Control cabinet power supply, extension cabinet power supply. Like this. Are you getting what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but I'm thinking the name by the name. I think extension panel 1-2 is related some kind of related with control, because the number both 1 and the control 2/52 and 2-2, they have something related.
What I can assume from this drawing is control, that's a controller 151. That's a primary main, primary aux, secondary main, secondary aux. So this power supply is nothing but it is this one only. This is this power supply, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. This is mount on the back side of this. You can see your controllers. This is control cabinet.
Yes, control cabinet, the back plane, back side.
Like this. So this is a single control cabinet. On the back, this cable is coming from this power supply. Right? It is going towards the back.
Yes.
So this single unit is a control cabinet. And okay, you didn't have sent me any image. Okay, mark another activity for you. Today again go to the control room and get me the images of extension cabinet as well.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
So that guys can see what it looks like.
Yeah, so again for the node point, P9 is for the control cabinet power supply monitoring, and the P10 for the extension cabinet power supply monitoring, right?
Yes. Yes.
And the P11 for the remote?
No. For remote, we have a separate power supply which is installed at the remote side. P9, P10, P11. All three cables are dedicated for local Ovation network only. If you have more power requirement, so in that every ROP needs power. Every ROP needs power. Let me show you one diagram which we draw yesterday in Paint.
Amjad, P9, P10, P11, all for the local power supply monitoring.
Okay. Can you see this ROP?
Yeah, we can see it.
This ROP needs power for operation. For that purpose, you need certain sort of power supply requirements. The same way this ROP needs power. This ROP needs power. The cable which we have connected over here, it is only for the data transmission. There is no such power cable attached. So you need to have a power supply where P9 goes to the controller board, P10 goes to this ROP, P11 goes to another ROP, and from this ROP the cable will travel for power input to this ROP like this.
Okay.
So this way we need to provide the powering to this ROP as well for the branch operation. So P9, 10, 11 are for the power supplies for controller and ROPs. Now the question is that we normally have 3 ROPs and 2 additional ports are left, P10 and 11. But the third ROP can be have another cable for power in and power out and can be connected to 4th ROP. Like this.
Okay. Okay. That's because we don't have another P12, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So the whole and sole purpose of a node point is that we are creating a node point just to see the power status in our Ovation graphics. Since for remote we have a separate power, that's why we are having another node point for the remote Ovation network. Is it clear?
One more question.
Yes. Before taking this question, first tell me whether the node point concept is clear.
Node point is clear for everyone? Node point, is that clear? Please, come on guys, yes or no? If no, just tell me no. Yes, just answer yes. Still 50. just power supply monitoring, nothing else. Yes, okay. You get it?
I have 80 grams.
Uh-huh.
I have 80 grams.
Uh-huh.
So how many balls of that? Like 80 grams.
If we have 8 branches, then how many power supply do we have? This is related to the node point question.
It totally depends on the number of AO or DO cards or the number of field transmitters.
Depend on the load.
Yes, it is a subject of load calculation. One needs to calculate the total power requirement of a branch, and when you have the total power requirement, based on that we provide the power supplies. In Emerson we have 3 types of power supplies: 5 ampere, 10 ampere and 20 ampere. Right now at your side what I can see is I can see only a single power supply for 10 ampere like this. So that means depending on your load calculations, number of AO and DO modules, the module power requirements, only this power supply is sufficient. If you have large number of modules, then you may have to take either the 20 ampere power supply or another power supply of 10 ampere. This way it depends on the load calculations.
Question is that's me. I don't ask about the capacity. Like I need 4 ROB. So I need four connectors for power supply. Here I have only 3 connectors. B9, then B. And you understand my question? What you asking?
Yeah, I think in that case, you just add another power supply, then you will have 6 connections. So it's enough for your 8 branches.
Yes, ask.
Right? Is that the same question you asked, right?
Yes, I mean I have 8 branches. I use 8 branches.
You don't have enough space here to connect.
Yes, I only have 3. One of them go to the controller, so stay only 2 for ROB.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, the question is a little bit complicated.
Yes, tell me.
If we have 8 branches, which means we have 4 ROP.
Yes.
In that case, on one power supply board, we have only P9, P10, and P11. That will not be enough, right, for the power supply of all the branches. So what do we do in that condition?
I'm showing you the wiring diagram in the case of a 4 branches as you are asking, right? Although this is not applicable for you because you are only having 4 branches, but still for the understanding point of view, it is necessary to understand. See, this is my redundant pair of controller. Every time I will be requiring your confirmation, yes, if you understand this concept, right? This is my controller 1 with a partner 51.
Yes.
Okay. Below this controller, I have my 2 branches, branch 1 and branch 2.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. On this controller board, there is a small port that you already know, port J1. This one, right?
Say again, please.
Branch 1 and branch 2.
On this controller board, there is a port which is known as port J1, like this.
Branch 1, branch 2.
This one.
Yes, yes, correct. Correct, yes.
So this is this port J1, right?
Yeah, P9.
No, the port is J1.
Yeah, J1. Port is J1 from the front side, yes.
J1. That is on the controller board. Okay. You mount your power supplies over here as primary main, primary aux, secondary main and secondary aux, with all of them going to PDM.
Yes.
This PDM will be having 3 bus bar P9, P10, P11.
Yeah. Yeah, I know there is a little bit lag, but we have nothing to do. Just wait for a few more minutes, oh, seconds.
Normally what happens is, this is my complete power supply. Can you see my power supply diagram?
Yes.
Yeah, we can see it.
From this P9 port, a cable will be connected to this
J1.
J1 port. Is this connection clear?
Clear.
Okay. The same way you'll be having one ROP over here, one ROP over here, and one ROP over here. From this P10 port, from this P10 port,
لا لا هذا هو behind kitchen.
is this connection clear from P10 to ROP?
That clear? From P10 to the first RP, that clear? Yes, clear.
Is the third connection clear from P11 to the next ROP?
Yes.
This is how power is supplied from the third ROP to the fourth ROP with a prefabricated cable of separate power supply.
Does that answer your question, Mr. Mohammed?
Yes, yes. No, it's clear.
Okay, it's clear now, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So this is how we provide the power supply to the various other units. No other power supply is required, or no other special port is required.
Okay. So tomorrow morning you wanna see they finished all the four definition of the points, right?
Yes, let me conclude the today's session, then I'll tell you what my expectation is. So today what you did is, today you perform this activity of creating a new controller, creating a drop point, point creation, channel assignment, module point, and everything. So a homework for you is, you need to create a node point and assign the hardware. Next, you need to create a node point for remote and you need to assign the hardware. This is a homework. And you need to create new control task number 3, 4, 5 in your respective controllers. So that's your homework number 1. The activity number 2 is, as I told you, you will be searching this IO list which is available in our WhatsApp group. Take 4 random points, AI, AO, DI, DO, and search for their hardware allocations and do this activity. So this is your homework for today that I will be checking tomorrow morning. In case you don't got this opportunity to work, you can come tomorrow and you need to complete this activity within 15 minutes before starting our session. So it totally depends on your call. Am I clear?
What's device? Zero.
Okay, sir. They confirm they can finish the homework tonight, and
Okay.
they have another question about device 0. They're very
Yes,
curious about why there is a device 0 here.
I would be happy to answer your question. Before that, just take an image of this node, point 10, 11, and 12. Just take a photograph from your phone.
Have you taken the photograph? Yeah, they already taken.
Yes. Now let me know your question.
The question is why there is a device 0 for item 10. They don't understand. And me neither.
If you ask me why my name is Abhishek, I can only say that my parents like this name. That's why they have kept my name. So the same way, the Ovation standardization is they have assumed that the starting device would be device 0, which will provide you the interface over here. So by default, since software application says it is device number 0, that's why I named it device number 0 over here. It is just the naming. There is no such reason why it is 0. It is simple name because in the application it appears 0 only. If it would have been appear some other name, we would have given that name.
Naming convention.
In the Ovation tree itself,
From 0.
in the Ovation tree itself, you can see the name is coming like this. That's why we have taken the name from this hierarchy itself.
Okay, the question is like the one device one is like for status for P9.
Status for
P9 for supply.
P9.
Yes. 0 status of what? 0 not.
Is device 1 for the monitoring the device, monitoring the power supply of P9 connection?
We will not take it this way. You will not segregate the ports P9, 10 or 11. No. Again, I'll show you this image. Don't get confused with this structure. See, that's a real image of a power supply. When I want to see the status of this power supply, I'm only concerned about this Emerson power supply. Primary main, primary aux, secondary main and secondary aux. I will not watch out these ports because these ports are finally supplying the power to the controller. If these are okay, automatically these will supply okay power. So your aim is to check for these power supplies. When you connect the output of this power supply to this point, and then you get a prefab cable. So this 7-core cable, this 7-core cable, this 7-core cable is already taking its input from these supplies only. So for these 4 power supplies, you have a dedicated cable. Out of these 7 cores, 4 are for the power supply contacts. And those power supply contacts gives us whether the power supply is okay or not. So you will not say it is a P9 status. Moreover, you will say it is a status of these power packs, these 4 power packs, whether the contact is okay or not okay, like this.
Is there any questions?
Okay. Now, can he just repeat? Now, he explained in theory, practically. Repeat add the node point from the first. Add them. Class from the first. How to add the node point.
So please explain again practically how to add the very first node point.
You know how to add a module point? Give me a yes.
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 The same way you will add a node point. Expand your points header, node point, right click, insert new, give the point name, click on finish. As you click on finish, you'll get a point configuration window. Maximize the window. Go to the security tab, give the admin rights, go to the hardware. From the drop down, link the hardware and press OK. So a new node point is created.
Okay. Okay. Okay or not? I guess okay.
Now we add 4-0. Also we add 4-1 or no? 2-1? We add 4-0.
Actually, I don't understand so much. You please ask him directly. Yeah, it's better. Thank you.
Sometime. No. Because I for more discussion.
Yes, I understand.
Hello.
Yes.
Forgive us because we stuck in this and we take long time with the note.
Not a problem.
Okay. If I made not 0 point. Okay, not 0 point. I need to add node 1 also.
No. As I said,
No.
as a system default, you will be adding node only when a separate
Now
interface.
now is it clear? Now is it clear? Everything is okay.
Can you explain to them
Yes,
in
yes.
Arabic?
I will
language?
explain. I will explain for them.
Let everybody know that.
Hey. Okay, now is it clear?
Okay, so
Hello.
can I expect from the team that you would be covering this 3 steps and 4 additional points exercise by tomorrow?
Yes. Before I think we have to add 0 and 1, but now is it clear? We just only need 0. Okay, now is it clear? بعدنا هسه كنترول تاسك بسيطة سهل كنترول تاسك. Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you for your time.
Yes, not a problem. So tomorrow I am expecting these 3 steps and 4 points from each and every participant. I will check tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And with this note, I am calling it a day now.
Just it's possible to back us for the last bent slide about the power supply, the bent.
Can
I
you
will
repeat?
explain for my the bent slide, bent sheet you already draw. Just for about the power supply, I want to explain for my friend in Arabic language. Not this one. Bent. Yes, that's okay. Okay, just keep this. I will explain in Arabic for my friend. Okay.
Okay.
You have nothing with us now. We finish for today.
No. One more question.
Yes, it is all done from my side.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. One more question from student 23. He sent a picture in the WhatsApp group. He wanna try to connect again to the server.
See, this message occurs whenever there are any 2 specific reasons. One reason is either you are not connected to the VPN, or second, your internet is not working.
The internet is same for everyone here, so the problem may be another one, right? The other
So
one.
check whether your VPN is connected or not.
VPN. Try our VPN. Try our VPN connection is good or not. He said it's already connected, but he can open the Ovation Studio, but it's very slow and frozen sometimes.
In that case, what the 4th participant can do is he can take the control of my cursor and he can do it in my system this way.
So you maybe you'll take the control for his cursor tomorrow morning. Take control for his cursor remotely, remote desktop. Tomorrow. Yeah, because he finished his session.
Yes. Okay. هسه اشرح لكم يا هاي بعدنا ما وصلنا يا حبيبي باكر هو ماكو شيء انت الكنترول تاسك تروح من الكونفجريشن قل له نيو راح اعطيك الكنترول تاسك يقول لك لي عدد الكنترول تاسك قل له انت تلقى الديفولت 2 سوي 3 هاي شنو على اساس انت غير اوطن امور قاعد يسوون 3 ان الديفولت جايات 2 الماكسيموم 5 ها كنترول تاسك كل كنترول تاسك تحط ببطن الشيتات شنو الفرق بين كنترول تاسك وكنترول تاسك راح تعطيهن زمن معين هذا مثلا تريده يتنفذ بسرعه، هذا تريده يتنفذ بطيء، راح اكسكيوشن تايم. هسه احنا انا شلت حسبالي انت يقول لك لازم دائما شو تسوي مثل ما سويت، واحنا سوينا دروب بوينت. انتو دروب بوينت كل كنترولر تسوي له دروب بوينت. شنو فايده الدروب بوينت؟ راح يطلع لك الستيتس مالت الدروب، شنو المشكله فيه، وهذا الدروب بوينت سويته. عندنا اشكال نو الموديل بوينت، كل موديل نضيفه نحط له موديل بوينت. اكو بيشتغل بعدين شو نسوي له؟ اساين هاردوير وسوفت وير، يعني نسوي له مثلا نضغط النود بوينت سميتها بهذا الاسم، كذا ترى هاي الموديل بوينت خاصه ترافيك هذا الموديل اللي موجود هذا الستور. ماكو اشكال؟ ماكو اشكال. بعد شو عندنا النود بوينت. النود بوينت عندك انت عندك نود واحد اللي هو الديفايس. النود بوينت معناها الديفايس.
Bring back my laptop here and I tell you how to work your weekend.
سويت يا شباب؟ حتى اوكي. هسه اذا عندك هنا موديل مثلا انا موديل وبي بورت، شلون نعرفه؟ عن طريق شنو نعرفه؟ عن طريق الموديل. عرفنا اسمه موديل بوينت، الموديل بوينت، وقلنا له هاي الموديل بوينت مرتبطه ويا من هذا الهاردوير الموجود بهذا الاسبوع. كل اشكال ما وصلوا لا زين. بقى عندنا النود بوينت. احنا ايش عندنا نود واحد، النودات يعني. هذا النود بوينت مرتبط ويا البوينت ديفايس، مرتبط ويا الديفايس، يعني لا هو الدروب ولا هو. اذا مرتبط ويا الديفايس فمعناته شنو اذا مرتبط ويا الديفايس؟ معناها يتحصل الباور سبلاي.
بس بلا زحمه، الفرق بين الدروب والديفايس؟
الدروب هذا الدروب
كنترولر،
هذا الدروب كنترولر.
الديفايس
ها
الديفايس شنو؟
ديفايس
اي
هو الدروب ممكن يكون كنترولر لكن قال ممكن يكون غير ديفايس حاسب. ممكن ايش هو دروب اول بس كده الديفايس ده هو كنترولر. هسه احنا بس هذول احنا اذا احنا قلنا اذا هذا الشكل احنا هذا ديفايس واحد اوكي
صح.
اذا شديت على الفيشه منه على الاكستنشن هذا ديفايس اثنين. اذا شلت اثنين من هنا وديت كيبل ضوئي وجيت هنا غير منطقه، هاي الرمون ديفايس اربعه. الديفايس الثالث يا هو تيوب ها هاوس اوكي. الخمسه يا هو المود بوس. لان مع ساعات فهمنا له هاي الديفايس. هسه احنا حاليا ويا ديفايس هنا ديفايس واحد. اذا ربطنا على هاي الفيشه سوينا اكستنشن يا ديفايس زين. هاي الديفايس واحد، هاي الديفايس واحد. الباور سبلاي مالته هو نفس الديفايس صفر اوكي، وهو هذا. اذا ديفايس اثنين مو سوينا اكستنشن، عندنا هنا هذا بالاكستنشن عندنا باور سبلاي خاص مالته. فهذا لازم ايش اسوي؟ ولا عندي فايبر اوبتيك هنا الريموت لم يعتبر ديفايس.
الدايسات نفس هذا من ثلاثة الخطوط
كلها نفس الشيء. القضيه ولا اذا انا هسه اذا عندي بس هذا الشكل، كم نود ديفايس احتاج؟
بس هذا الشكل
عندي بس واحد. اذا نود واحد اللي هو راح اسوي نود سكر، راح اسوي له بوينت ابحث بوينت سكر اوكي
تمام.
لان اذا عنده هذا وشاد الفيشه منه ومده هنا، اذا انا راح احتاج اثنين نودات، نود واحد ونود ديفايس واحده ديفايس اوكي.
نوت بوينت 0 نوت بوينت 1.
لا ماكو نود بوينت 2 اوكي الامور ما
يعني الديفايس ما يفصل زيرو.
هو الواحد والزيرو اثنين نفس الباور سبلاي. وليش قلت هاي انحلت بعد القضيه؟ لان انت كان سؤالك وانا سؤالي شنو ليش اذا عندي واحد ليش اختار صفر؟ هو قال لك نفس الشيء هو واحد اختار نفس الصفر.
ما فهمت.
ثاني شيء
ما فهمت. واحد وصفر شنو الفرق؟
واحنا
يعني نفس الشيء ليش خلاك؟
ها
يعني نفس الشيء ليش خلاك؟
تمام بال شو اسمه بال بالبورصه دقيقه البورصه غير واحد هو نفسه هو الصفر ونفسه الواحد بس انت الصفر يتعرف انيشال لو بتسوي شو اسمه هو يتعرف انيشال تحت الصفر ايش اكو؟ اكو الواحد الاثنين والصفر نفسه بس هذا الانيشال اللي صفر.
فذاك البداية عرفت كان عرفت ما عرفنا اول مرة صفر كان عرفنا كويس وين؟
بالضبط احنا بنعرف ما هي شيء بس هو الصفر انيشال ينزل انت اول ما عرفت الصفر ايش نزل وياه؟ الواحد والاثنين والثلاثه الصفر هو نفس الواحد عندك هو سبلاي واحد واضح القضيه؟ وش كان؟
ساعة ما خليت هنا ورس لا يصير اذا ثلاث خطوط هنا في الخط الثالث المفروض يجي على صراحه هنا هذه
عليك
مو 3 9 و11 راح تصير مو 9 و10 و11
انت هذا الشكل راح تسوي عندك كومنت تحطه هو بور سبلاي عندك بس 3 ار او بي راح يصير هذا راح يصير عندك واحد زايد يجي هنا
ايش قصدي؟
إيه. واضح القضيه؟
والله
فراح تحتاج تعرف اذا عندك ريموت بس اذا عندي هنا وعندي ريموت يعني ريموت اذا كم نوع تحتاج اعرف؟ كم ديفايس؟ ثلاثه هذا وهذا وهذا
اي اي
واضح القضيه؟
الريموت مدة 4
ريموت تعطي اربعه وهذا صفر وهذا اثنين
والله عامل وياه واحد
صفر معقول لا صفر
هو
كان الصفر نفس الواحد
هو خلص كلها
قلت له
شوف عدد واحد
لا لا you're already done.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Dan.
Yeah, sorry, and we thank you so much for your support. And it's done for today. See you tomorrow morning.
Okay, thank you, Tan, and I wish a very good evening to all the participants. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye.